your girl, Astro aka your princess warrior, Queen Quadroon, the baddest biddy in the BK Lounge. If you know, you know. And welcome to this week's Galaxy Grillz for the week of January 12th through January 18th, 2025. Okay, first things first, I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Let's start out with the full moon we have coming up on January 13th. It is in Cancer, and that means the sun, as I mentioned last week, the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Cancer. And it's really about emotions, bringing things to the surface, daddy issues. There might be secrets being revealed this week, family secrets, things about yourself that you've been hiding from yourself that are being revealed to you, just you, or secrets within your family of origin. You might find some things to be concluded. So it could be something that it could have been a long time coming, but maybe folks didn't know about it. And now that very large thing that was maybe hidden has become illuminated, but I would feel in a very good way. Again, you might have a lot of feelings coming up surrounding family, your thoughts and feelings about your family of origin, the family that you have around you right now. It's many different ways that it can play out, but just remember, a full moon is about the culmination of something, and in this case is in the archetype for the mother and the father. So it's about the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and a lot of times it is about what we have to reconcile within ourselves. So Cancer and Capricorn are opposite. Just like the archetypes of male and female are opposite, passive and active, opposite principles. And so it really is a time to integrate within yourself the feminine and masculine principles within yourself. So if you find yourself to be overly passive, it's a good time to get active. And if you're overly active and aggressive, it's a good time to relax into your passivity. Some call it femininity. It's the same understanding. Receptivity is all under the same umbrella. So it's a good time to consider that duality, so to speak, but less the duality and more the ways in which these principles blend and coexist, balance things out, both within and within yourself, and with the people and the things around you. Okay, so we still have Venus in Pisces, and then we have Mars, which is also in Cancer. And so Pisces is considered a mute sign, and Cancer, well, they're all water signs. So water signs don't use their words. They're about the feeling. Water is about the feeling. And so Mars does not enjoy being in a sign like Cancer, and also doesn't enjoy being retrograde. So I know I said that it's easier to get things done right around this time of year, but not necessarily. You might find yourself being held up, but again, being held up more so within yourself than from any kind of external source. So it's really a time to go within. As we discussed, in the Northern Hemisphere is the winter time, and we are spending a lot more time indoors, most of us, and in darkness, and not by choice, but just because the sun is going down. Although the days are getting longer day by day, every day, like by about 2 minutes. I really check it every day. But yes, the days will start to get longer, and the cold weather will begin to let up eventually. But while we're here in the thick of things, it's important to take advantage of this season. They say there's a season for everything, and this season is prime time for introspection. And in a lot of cases, you may not have a choice. So take advantage of the time that you have. That being said, it's important that you take the time to steep in your feelings and take the time to sit with your feelings, but also make sure that you're moving through your feelings. And I would highly recommend some kind of physical activity and exercise if that's not something that you already get. It's important to make sure to maintain physical movement, especially during this time of year. You kind of shake things up and get your blood circulating and get your prana, your energy moving within yourself so that you don't get stuck. A lot of us can feel stuck for a variety of different reasons, whether it's analysis paralysis, that's me, or some people get stuck in a pessimistic mind state, or they get stuck in a cycle where they're too optimistic. I wouldn't say too optimistic, but too overly eager and kind of always starting new things and never finishing them, that type of thing, which would be the opposite of the never starting new things issue. It's really all about balance. But the other thing to recognize this week is with Venus being in Pisces, I mentioned that it's a very loving sign. It's a very, very sweet sign. It's moving towards Saturn, which is also in Pisces. So it's big hello darkness, my old friend vibes. Okay. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that this week could be quite emotional, high emotion, high inward drama, low outward drama, meaning it might be hard to find the words to say, the words that you need to say to move whatever situation you're in forward. And you may be getting caught up in your head or getting caught up in your heart or getting overwhelmed with your emotions this week. So there's really an internal war going on, if you will. And it's important that you don't have to talk to everyone, but you do need to talk to someone. Find trusted confidants, friends, therapists, whatever it may be. Make sure that you don't keep everything in and your burdens, you don't have to carry them alone. Now, it's not that you should be, dare I say, codependent or just spewing your issues onto everyone around you. Nothing like that. No. It's just that a lot of us can be quite self-sufficient. And sometimes we get so good at being self-sufficient, self-reliant that we lose ourselves, but also forget that connection is also an important part of being human. And reaching out or showing vulnerability or showing just that people need people. It's not weak. So be sure that you don't let your pride get in the way of getting your needs met, and know that no man or woman or human is an island, and you can't do this by yourself. Sorry, spoiler alert. Nobody does it by themselves. So you want to go ahead and reach out, make connections, and nurture your connections that you do have. Well, it's a choice. It doesn't always have to be a crisis for you to reach out or for you to ask for help. people love to be relied upon the same way that you love the way that people rely on you. So bring your guard down just a little bit and make sure to actively seek out connection in your life in the most healthy and fruitful ways. Okay, let's talk about dating and astrology. So, I do not watch a lot of TV, but I do watch a lot of YouTube, or should I say, I listen to a lot of YouTube because I think, well, for me, it's one of the easiest ways to really fine tune and control the vibe of the media that you're taking in. Now, it's not to say that I don't watch regular TV because I do. I mean, I don't actually have a TV, but of course, I watch things on streaming services sometimes. And one of my best friends, she wanted me to start watching Love is Blind because she wanted to get my take on it. And so I am a person, I get very hyper focused. Yeah, hyper focused. So I couldn't just watch one season of Love is Blind. I had to watch all of the seasons of Love is Blind. And on YouTube, I couldn't just listen to like one reaction about Love is Blind. I had to listen to, dozens of reactions about Love is Blind. So, so now I'm deeply fluent in the Love is Blind universe, but also in certain other reality shows. I really like The Ultimatum. I love The Ultimatum South Africa. Oh my gosh, if you have not watched it, you should go watch that immediately. There are Love is Blinds all over the world. I haven't watched any international Love is Blinds, but I did watch the UK Love is Blind. Excellent, outstanding. So yes, actually that. Just kidding. I have watched that. And there's actually a new Love is Blind in Germany, and I see lots of melanated people on there based off the YouTube thumbnail. So I actually really want to watch that too. First I'll have to get back on Netflix. So please don't tase me, Netflix. I'm not saying I need to borrow a password or anything, but I'm just, I need to get on Netflix to watch that. But also we have to dedicate some time to read the subtitles. I love subtitles though, y'all. A lot of people, subtitles get a bad rap, but I'm here for it. I love a subtitle, and I'm actually be really interested to see what's popping over there in Germany, especially with my melanated people. So yeah, so there's that. Okay, but today, I want to talk about the YouTube trend, which is Arlette and Muley's Pop the Balloon. Now, if you don't know what Pop the Balloon is, then for the love of God, just keep it that way. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. I don't want you down that rabbit hole. But I mean, if you do look it up and you do fall down that rabbit hole, listen, don't say I didn't warn you. There are also like other iterations of this Pop the Balloon dating show thing. My favorite other iteration, aside from Arlette's, is John Pointer does a show called The Real Looking for a Real One. It's like a dating show. It's a Pop the Balloon dating show, but you're looking for your real one, and y'all know I'm a very real one, so I'm definitely down for that concept. It's a lot of fun. Okay, Arlette's is a lot of fun too. I'm just saying that if you don't know about it, like maybe just stay where you are. You're probably better off. But the reason why I bring this up is that in all of these shows, oftentimes astrology is brought up very often, actually. In Love is Blind season 7, the infamous moment, when Marissa is like, oh my gosh, Ramses is a Cancer Leo. And girl, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not going to hold you. Cancer Leo is, it's a sign. It is definitely something that Ramses turned out to be, but I don't think it means what she thinks it means. I really don't. I really don't. Okay, but one thing across the board though, all jokes aside, is it gets brought up on Pop the Balloon a lot. It gets brought up in places like Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, and it's astrology, and it's oftentimes very misguided. So first thing I want to tell you, my lovely listeners, is that you should never, they say never say never, but it's really not highly unadvisable. It's unadvisable that you categorize and include, or include, what's the opposite of include? Exclude. Anyone because of their zodiac sign, especially their sun sign. Are you serious right now? It is including or excluding people because of their zodiac sign is, listen, I'm a Libra. I try to listen and not judge, but it's ridiculous. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. It is not what astrology is meant for. Those of you that are a little bit more deep into the science or into the art and science of astrology know that we are all comprised of all 12 signs in different strengths and in different forms. And so 9 times out of 10, if there's a certain sign that you really hate, you probably have lots of that sign in your own chart. And if there's a certain sign that you really don't jive with, they might be the exact opposite of you in the expression, but there is something about that person that is extremely resonant with you too. So that's probably right there in your chart. Every single person's astrology is determined by the moment that they're born, not just the day or the hour, even the minute. That's why you can have identical twins that are born 3 minutes apart that could not be more different, or have that could not possibly be more different than they already are, because it's that essential moment that you take your first breath. And that's why your astrology chart is like your fingerprint. It is unique to you. And if you're not an astrologer, or you're not highly fluent in astrological principles, or don't know how to read charts, you're really not going to be able to know everything about that person anyway. But even if you did, it is not for the astrology chart to inform you, is for the person to inform you about the person, is for the person to inform you about the astrology chart. Meaning that one of the best ways to learn astrology is by taking the charts of people that you do know intimately and seeing what their chart says, so that you can see how the astrological signs and aspects and different house placements and things like that play out in real life. So the life informs you about the astrology. The astrology does not inform you about the life. I'll say it again. I always like to repeat things 3 to 5 times. Forgive me, but yeah, it is. Astrology is a tool to understand people, but it is definitely not something for. It's not there for. It's not even supposed to be used to judge people. And most people, the basic understanding of astrology, or the very, very surface level understanding, it is absolutely not something that that you should. I guess I shouldn't say should, but it's not good. I guess I shouldn't even say good. It's not appropriate. It doesn't make sense to use it to judge people. If you're going to judge people, I guess you should say you shouldn't judge. But if you're going to, it should be based on individuals and their actions. It is impossible to know how every single person with a certain placement or certain house certain planetary placement, house placement for the different signs. It's impossible to know how that's actually going to play out, because we are all individuals with individual souls and spirits and free will, and your astrology does not determine you. You inform the astrology. So I cannot stress that enough. No disrespect to my Cancer, Leo, Leos, but that is not objectively a green flag in any way for a potential dating partner. And Marissa didn't find that out because all Cancers are this way, or all Leos are that way. She found that out through actions and experience. And in the end, it really didn't have anything to do with the astrology in the way that she thought it did. So that's that on that. All right, so that will be all for today. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for listening. Booking information, if you want to book a private session with me, Astro or Tarot, booking information is in the description. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Spotify or Apple Music or any other streaming platforms, thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, download, all that good stuff. I appreciate you. I hope you have the very best week. Be safe and have a great day. Bye.